Warning, mature content, not intended for everyone in the family. Viewer and or listener discretion advised.
Hey, what about me? You can watch it, Grandpa.
On this episode of He Said, She Heard, I sit down with Charlie and Nina of the UK podcast Two Girls, One Shop. Plus, remember this HSSH classic by Matthias Signoroldi.
But how can we sleep where our shits are on fire?
We decided to write a fresh new skit with Kaylee Allen and Ariana Corona to accompany the song with a music video featuring Dean Farrell and Tracy Rode.
Those of you watching the episode as opposed to listening to it will get to see it.
All this and more on He Said, She Heard.
Now, besides listening to us from any corner of the world,
You know that you can watch us too.
È possibile vedere anche il video di questo episodio collegandovi sul sito www.hesaidSheHeard.com.
if you want to watch this episode, you can head over to our website, www.hesaidSheHeard.com.
She heard a silly noise. I know what's going on. He said that's not what happened. Girl, you got it wrong. He said she heard about what's going on. He said she heard about what's going on. About what's going on.
Do you enjoy watching movies? Yes! Do you like to hear other people's opinions on movies? Yes! And do you find that you don't always have the time to listen to an entire podcast about one movie? Yes! Well, then you might enjoy my new podcast, Living for the Cinema. My reviews cover the good, the bad, and the ugly of what makes each film unique, but in less than 20 minutes. Check out Living for the Cinema on all platforms where podcasts are available.
Hit it, sweetheart. Because I am hard, you will not like me.
The Krusty Canuck Podcast. Satire, points of view, Canadian patriotism, some history, but authentic and honest. Follow the Krusty Canuck Podcast right here on YouTube and on Podbean.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of He Said, She Heard, which may end up being your favorite. So don't forget to click the share and subscribe buttons, and also to keep this international comedy and music show going and growing, there's a Become a Patron button. When you click the Become a Patron button, you'll see there's perks for supporting the show. Listen, share, support. Back to the show now. Welcome to the new He Said, She Heard. I'm Mike Fox. Okay, all right. Speaking of new, I decided it's time to freshen up the show a bit. You know, turn over a new leaf and try to attract new guests. However, in order for me to get these next two particular guests on the show, I had to break one of the 10 commandments. Well, they can't hear me now, but they believe right now they are about to come on a faith-based podcast hosted by a televangelist. And I have to keep up this fib by pretending to be a priest or pastor. So let me get into character. Okay. Welcome to He Said, Jesus Heard. And joining me are two dedicated chaplains to their parish in the UK. Charlie and Nina host a very enlightening podcast about their stories of saving people while working at their God bookstore. Please welcome Charlie and Nina, two girls, one gold shop.
Oh, Mike,
Yes.
I'm going to have to stop you there.
Okay,
I think you've got the wrong end of the stick.
wrong end of the stick. What sort of stick are you referring to? The fact
we
that
have
you were
many
laughing means that you are
sticks.
truly enlightened by the Holy Spirit.
Well, we sell many different shaped sticks in our shop. Not
Oh.
books, I'm afraid.
Oh, I see. Are you talking
I'm
about
really
those?
sorry.
I'm sorry?
There's one particular book that we do stock, but it is not faith-based.
I see. What sort of book
Yeah.
would that be?
It's the Kama Sutra.
All right. Oh, thank God. That was so hard to keep that fib up. Trying to be something that I'm not. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I can breathe now. Oh, good. Woo. Okay, so let's just back this up again. All right. So as you explained in the intro, that it's one sex shop. So
I'm not a holy man, so let's be more honest now. Charlie and Nina host a podcast called Two Girls, One Shop about their stories about working at a sex shop. So let's welcome Charlie and Nina. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello, you all right?
Yes, fine. You know, I was listening to the episode called Chloe's Thongs, and you mentioned people recognize you. Now, so does that mean that people recognize you from the show or working from the shop?
Oh, from the shop.
From the shop. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they make the connection between the show and the shop.
Yeah. They've started spotting us at like the school gates and things.
Begging us to not tell stories about them.
Yeah.
This is an awkward question. Do you guys have like nephews or nieces, and you were like taking them to the school gates, and all of a sudden someone's like, "Hey, I recognize you from the show."
Yeah, it happened the other day actually. This guy noticed the t-shirt and he was like, "Hang on a minute, you're Two Girls One Shop, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah. The worst thing is when people, like, usually guys get the reference Two Girls One Shop.
Yes.
From the cult film Two Girls One Cup.
Okay. I've never seen that one,
amazing movie.
Yeah. Amazing movie. Okay.
Who are disgusting are like, "What is it? What are you talking about? I don't get the reference." So it makes for a very awkward conversation.
I'm probably going to burn in hell for asking this question, but what, you know, at the shop though, as you know, as I was pretending to be a priest earlier, has a priest ever shown up at your shop while donning his vestment before? Has that ever happened before?
Oh.
I've had a nun come in.
No kidding.
Yes, to complain.
To complain.
He came in to complain. Yes, because in the window, it was Christmas, so we had a big window poster, and it was of a woman's bottom wearing a pair of knickers that said "God's gift." So the nun came into the shop absolutely furious, right? Because God's gift isn't a woman's bum. And I strongly disagree with her.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she was very upset. She asked us to take it down. I
refused, you take that down.
Yeah,
it's not in the
very
bum.
much like that. God's gift isn't a woman's bottom. She was like that. And I was like, well, technically, if we are God's gift to the earth, then yes, it is, isn't it? And she didn't like that. So she just stormed out and left.
Wow.
Yeah, threw her faith back into her face.
Yeah.
Used the words of God against her.
Wow.
Quote in the Bible, actually.
Yeah. I know.
Actually, Corinthians. Part 1.
That's funny because the Bible's very kinky at times, you know. So.
It's massively kinky, isn't it? Yeah. It doesn't get more kinky than being like put on some sort of cross structure and being mixed and stuff, does it?
God, yeah. Do you remember? I don't know if I told you, but I read an article, and it was part of the Bible. But you know, Noah.
Yes.
As in Noah, he built the
ark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, in the Bible, it's written that one of his children, like adult male children, sodomized him while he was passed out drunk.
Get out.
That is in the Bible, yeah. And he's like, I think his name was like Ham or something like that. But he was one of
Noah's
was
Ham.
children.
A reading from the book of Ham.
I don't remember hearing that in Sunday school, but they might have.
Oh, no, they left that
they
bit
left
out.
that out.
If they'd have told us that, we might have been more interested in it.
I know, if they want to save people or keep people from sin, you know.
God.
Oh God.
You ever have like couples that buy merchandise from your store, and they come back to you, and especially if it's something that you might have recommended to them, and they thank you for, you know, spicing things up in the bedroom if, you know, their relationship was they're going through the relationship boredom phase, and then all of a sudden they come to your shop and they buy something, whatever item that might be, and they come back to you like, oh my God, this anal intruder really helped us out, or
something like that.
Yeah, we've had people come back and say, thanks for, point us in the right direction.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really good. That's my favourite bit, actually, when people come back and go, you've made like a massive difference to things. Like women that are just like, look, I've massively gone off of sex.
Yes.
And, they're sort of like rediscovering themselves at like a certain age. And you've helped to help them along their way. I think that's a massive compliment to us.
That is a massive compliment. It's you'd think that this works better almost than therapy in a way,
We do offer therapy, don't we, Charles?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not something that I offer, but it's something that just happens to me. But yes, I think the whole reason why therapy works is because it's like obviously an open conversation, isn't it? That's literally all it is. And yeah, when people come in and they realise that they can speak openly to us, that is like a type of therapy. I hate it when people do that, but it benefits them. So,
yeah,
I guess they're getting something out of it. I'm getting traumatized because I have had people come back in really grateful for all my help, but then like showing me pictures of what they look like in outfits and stuff. And it's just like, oh, why did I? And now suddenly they think they can tell me anything. And it's
like,
kind of worms. I don't get paid enough. Yeah. I'm on minimum wage. Pay me £60 an hour and I'll listen to you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of rich, has anyone ever famous ever come into your shop, like Mick Jagger, for instance? He's, I'm looking for something to stop me up. I know I'm in my 80s, but I want to be a dad again.
Well, not as famous as Mick Jagger, but like the Hoff,
Yeah,
Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, well, we live in like a seaside tourist attraction town, and we have like theatre here, so like you get famous people that come and do like panto and stuff every year.
Interesting.
Yeah, and obviously we have like British celebrities that come in all the time. But yeah, it attracts a real sort of a star-studded crowd. It makes it sound just so fancy, but it ain't. It's like the likes of Cannon and Ball. Do you know Cannon and Ball?
Cannonball. No.
Oh yeah, they're like a double act.
Really? Wow.
Have you heard of Towie? The Only Way is Essex.
Yes, I have heard of it.
Yeah,
I never
we've
saw
had
it though.
a few people from that come in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we're in Essex, so
Essex.
we've had
Okay.
a few like local celebrities, and then obviously the Hoff.
The Hoff
was one of the yeah.
It's so funny
the
because
top
he was successful as a night writer, and then of course he went on to Baywatch, but he always wanted to make it big in America as a singer. But for some reason, I don't know if he's big in the UK, but I know Germans love him apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
actually
in Germany,
love him.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's very big in Germany. They're like, oh, we like the Hoff.
Yeah. Do you think that is because his name German?
It does sound very.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, it sounds like you could serve a sandwich, like a German hot dog called here's the Hasselhoff, it's because the name does sound very German.
Maybe that's why. Maybe they think it's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I wonder, did they ever have any like type of events, or what do they call them? Those big events.
Like conventions.
Yeah, convention. Did they ever had conventions for the type of merch that you sell? They ever have something like that in Britain?
Oh, yeah. Well, every year they have the what is it called?
Erotica.
Erotica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was
I think that goes everywhere. I think that they do have like their own erotica, like in America type convention.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. But have you guys so I was looking on Apple Podcasts, and I saw for Two Girls One Shop that somebody was leaving a comment, and they were basically saying that their boyfriend was the one that
turned them on to your show. So do you have listeners from like all over the world that reach out to you from other countries and tell you, hey, you know, I'm really glad I discovered your show. It's very funny and educational at the same time.
Yeah, we had someone from Belarus listen.
Wow.
How random is that?
Did you expect the success of the show? I mean, did that catch you by surprise?
I couldn't even get my mum to download it. So I didn't even think we'd get one download. So I've completely blown my mind that people are even paying any kind of attention to us. But we was talking last night, actually, because we were recording the new season.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about how Stu, the guy that does the podcast with us,
yes,
he said that he now, after speaking to us for so long, feels more comfortable to be in that kind of environment. And I thought, oh wow, you know, is that something that we're offering to people when they listen to us?
Yeah.
Do they know that we're just normal people that work in there and there's nothing intimidating really about it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's great.
So, you know, we're helping people, making people laugh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it is funny, you know.
Honestly, thought no one would be interested. Like when we recorded our first episode, we came out and we were like, we looked like we'd been through something tragic. We were like little shaking messes, and we were like, look, if no one listens, it doesn't matter. No one will ever hear how rubbish it was, and we'll get away with it. And here we are, and now we've got quite a few downloads and a fan base and our own merch line, and you know, it really got way bigger, way quicker than we thought, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, it's good. And then you found us.
Yeah.
Where you found us.
Yeah, it was so strange how we just found each other, and I just was thinking, wow, that's why I decided to have you guys on the show, because I thought, the shows I think would complement each other very greatly, because we both have a love of humor, but what I love about your show is it's very natural. It's completely unscripted, because I do audio sketches on my show and that's scripted, but there's nothing more beautiful, more organic than just hearing a natural conversation between two people, especially when it's about real life stuff that people can relate to and stuff that maybe makes people uncomfortable, but then after a while they're like, okay, I'm not so uncomfortable anymore. This is actually fun, and this is making my life better.
Yeah, it's quite light-hearted, I think, and that's why people like it. And people do say to us that when they hear us chatting, they sort of join in. So they obviously have this like rapport with us that makes them feel comfortable enough to reply to questions that aren't even being asked to them whilst they're walking down the street or in the gym or whatever. And apparently that's the highest compliment for a podcaster.
I think so.
So,
So where can people find you? If those that are just finding out about Two Girls, One Shop for the first time, where can they find your podcast so we can point our listeners towards you guys?
We're on all the platforms, aren't we? Wherever you get your podcasts, we're there. Spotify, Acast, Apple Podcast.
And we're on the little ones as well, like Podbean and like Podcast Addicts or something. Yeah, we don't know. We're not into the technical side of it.
Yeah.
So we can't give you a website or anything, but you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And Twitter.
We've got Twitter as well. We forget about it quite a lot of the time, but we have got it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do like lives as well. So we'll do like a little live on Instagram where we have a chat and people can join in and ask us questions, and we just have a chit chat for an hour or so, don't we? People quite like that. And we put a reel up the other day of me getting quite annoyed. I didn't know I was annoyed at the time, but having watched it back, I was quite annoyed about the subject, and it's weirdly got loads of views, isn't it? All of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like 10,000 hits on it.
10,000 hits.
Yeah, I know. We've only got like 600 followers. I'm like, why the hell is this reel so popular on Instagram?
I've noticed
so
that,
weird.
when I've posted reels, there's some reels that do better than others, and I don't know why. It's very mysterious, but sometimes you'll see 21 and then the next one will say 80,000. You're like,
Yeah.
and it could be one that you might say, well, this one's more interesting than the other, but everyone's like, nope. This one's got more hits. It's
Yeah.
very mysterious.
Yeah, what has that one got that the others haven't got?
Right.
No, I over it with a fine-tooth comb, and I just don't understand. The only thing that I can see is that in the other reels we posted, we're laughing, and in this, we're fuming, or I'm fuming about putting flavoured lube on ice cream. So I don't know what the formula is. Maybe it's the lube, maybe it's the ice cream, maybe it's a woman shouting. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, I'm going to play a clip, 2 clips actually, of the podcast, Two Girls, One Shop.
And you don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, do you?
No. I'd rather everybody think I fucked a goat rather than actually having to have sex with one.
How hot is the goat?
What
These
temperature?
things matter, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, it's a live goat.
Probably the same as that pint of
Some
sperm.
goats out there.
But the goat's got a beard. If that makes it any more.
Have sex with the goat. I'm glad we got Stu on there saying that he'd rather everyone think he had sex with a goat. He's going to be.
Yeah, that clip didn't really paint us in a great light. We don't always talk about having sex with animals. For anyone that's listening, that isn't a common subject on there. And it's completely out of context as well. You have to kind of listen to that.
Oh, I'm a huff puff or whatever. And you just
I know what you mean.
You're a fucking what? Yeah, what like what is it? What class or what school bit are you in? And you just think, what are you fucking talking about? And then it dawns on you that they're referring to what house they think that they would be in within the Harry Potter realm.
Yeah.
And you just think that's fucking not normal.
Have you gotten a lot of response for that one?
Yeah, I don't know that much, but we do.
Yeah, we were talking about like dating.
Yeah.
In that, and like some of the things that people say to us whilst we're on dates. So there's we talk about that quite a lot actually in our podcast. So if you're interested in like how tragic our love lives are as well, then that would be a good reason to listen to.
Oh, we're professionals at seeing people again, so
yeah, I've actually had someone say that they remind me of their mum, that I remind them of their mum. Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
how did you feel about that? Did that make you feel good, or you were like, I don't want to feel like anybody's mother right now?
Yeah,
or was it a mixed bag?
every relationship I've ever been in, I've ended up being as a mother.
Wow.
So it was a little bit of a kick in the face, really.
Yeah.
And he was quite a bit younger than me as well. He was about 5 or 6 years younger than me, so it was just another highlight of how old I am, which isn't like either.
Well, the show is called Two Girls, One Shop. Check it out. Also, don't hesitate to get the merchandise. You see Nina's donning one of the shirts for the show, so that can be yours. And they come in all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah, and they're available from sosclothing.co.uk.
sosclothing.uk. Awesome.
Okay.
Is
that right? That is right, is it?
Yeah, they ship worldwide as well, and they go to like 2XS right up to like a 5XL. So you know, they cater for everyone.
And if you're interested,
support us.
We can give you like a discount code. They do some really sick t-shirts, don't they, on there?
Yeah, they do. It's discount code is 2 girls.
There you go.
Do you sell shirts for any particular episodes? that stick out?
No, but we were speculating in the beginning about doing something like that.
Yeah.
Like having like Chloe's songs or something written on, or Yellow Bastard, or some sort of like random quote. Loop Man.
Yeah. That sounds like a superhero.
Yeah.
Loop Man.
Yeah, he was a bit of a superhero, really, in the sense that he made us feel really terrible.
Wow. I can tell just the way you're
like
describing.
He was like an anti-superhero.
They wouldn't let him in at Comic-Con. I know that.
Oh
no.
No, he wouldn't get through the door.
The choice.
All right. Well, again, the show's 2 Girls, 1 Shot. My guests have been Charlie and Nina. Charlie and Nina, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us, Mike. It was lovely to meet you at last.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
When we come back, a music video to Matthias Signoroli's HSSH classic Sheets on Fire. You'll get to see it if you're watching the episode, but if you are merely listening, you won't miss out on the skit with the same title, featuring Ariana Corona and Kaylee Allen. We'll be right back.
Do you enjoy watching movies? Yes! Do you like to hear other people's opinions on movies? Yes! And do you find that you don't always have the time to listen to an entire podcast about one movie? Yes! Well, then you might enjoy my new podcast, Living for the Cinema. My reviews cover the good, the bad, and the ugly of what makes each film unique, but in less than 20 minutes. Check out Living for the Cinema on all platforms where podcasts are available.
Hit it, sweetheart. Because I am hard, you will not like me.
The Krusty Canuck Podcast. Satire, points of view, Canadian patriotism, some history, but authentic and honest. Follow the Krusty Canuck Podcast right here on YouTube and on Podbean.
This is Sheets on Fire, performed by Kaylee Allen, Mike Fox, and Ariana Corona. Music by Matthias Signoroli. On a cold wintry night in the Colorado Rockies, husband and wife David and Laura Durango Bango leave a tip for their delivery driver of their brand new, unslept-on, king-sized bed.
You guys want a drink for the road?
Yeah, sure, what you got?
How about some vino or draft beer? Just kidding. Actually, I've got some delicious wine coolers that will keep you in the legal limit.
Mr. Durango Bango, your wife is hitting on me, trying to seduce me with some wine coolers. Just kidding. I'll take a soda pop.
There you are, sir. Have two.
Hey, thank you. Hey, have a good night and sleep tight. Don't let that... Oh, wait. I don't want to jinx you, as I'm from New York and bedbugs are real. Just to be safe, let's leave it at have a good night.
You too. Ralph, I'm so excited to try our new bed.
Me too, Laura. Which side do you want?
That one.
Oh, boy, this is so comfortable. Feels great on my back.
Told ya, just like it felt in the store. So... honey, I was listening to an episode of that podcast, 2 Girls, 1 Shop today.
Oh, Laura, I love that podcast.
So, one of their customers put something kinky in their shop, and it completely saved their relationship. So, I ordered it online. Want to give it a try? Oh, figures. I was looking forward to testing out this new bed, and these two, but oh well. I picked a bad week to quit smoking. When I'm ready to go and he falls asleep on me. This is what I'm used to. No, wait. Bad idea, Laura. That's it. I'm lighting up.
This first song is what happens when a husband's flatulence results in a king-size bed going up in flames.
Never thought farts would be grounds for divorce. But look, it happened to me. I burned a big hole through a king-size bed that was added to attorney fees. The time has arrived to pay my ex, to settle all my debts before they tack on interest. But how can we sleep where our shits are on fire? Fire, fire. I blew a stinking fart when she lit up a cigarette. But how can we sleep when our shits are on fire? Fire, fire. I blew a stinky fart when she lit up a cigarette. The time has arrived. What's real is real. I got to do my part. I'm blowing a fart.
Oh boy, honey, I just had the worst nightmare. Oh wait, it's real. What happened? The sheets are on fire.
Because you farted.
My fart couldn't have caused this alone, did you?
Smoke.
The fire department is here.
Now step aside and let me put out this fire.
Oh, our new bed is ruined.
You both are safe. That's the important thing. But girlfriend, smoking is bad for your health. Farting is natural, even though it stinks.
Oh.
Did you buy a warranty for this expensive thing?
Nope. It was already expensive to begin with.
You know what? You are in luck. My husband makes beds and he wanted to find a couple to test out his bed and be on a commercial if they like it. Are you in Mr. and Mrs. Durango Bango?
What do you say, honey?
Ah, okay.
I'll be back with a new bed, but promise me and my husband you will keep the pyrotechnics to a minimum.
You have our word, right, honey?
I'll be back.
Wow! We get to be on a commercial.
This is exciting. I guess burning that bed was a happy accident, though it wasn't completely my fault. You farted.
Enough, let's not fight.
You want to do it on the burnt bed?
That is disgusting and it's still warm, but okay.
Woo!
Okay, the new bed is here. And the film crew too.
Wait, you're recording the commercial now?
Yes, and you know what? Keep doing what you are doing. It will be a great opening and action.
I never thought farts would be grounds for divorce. But look, it happened to me. I burned a big hole through a king-size bed that was added to attorney fees. The time has arrived to pay my ex, to settle all my debts before they tack on interest. But how can we sleep where our shits are on fire? I blew a stinking fart when she lit up a cigarette. But how can we sleep when our shits are on fire? I blew a stinking fart when she lit up a cigarette. The time has arrived. What's real is real. I got to do my part for blowing a fart.